Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye and this is my world. Okay, today we're going to talk about dating younger men. Okay, now before we get started, I want to say welcome. Welcome to all of the new viewers. Welcome to all of the new subscribers. And welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I appreciate you so very, very much. And thank you for your comments. It just lets me know how you feel about these messages. And I want to give a special welcome to those who send a donation. I appreciate you so very much. Now let's get started with this message today. Dating younger men. I get a lot of letters from women who date younger men, and then they want to know what I think about that. But before we dig into it, I want to say that I will answer your relationship questions on this channel. So at the end of this video, I'll show you a link where you can send in your questions. All right, and I will either answer your questions on the air or I will answer them through the email. Okay? All right, so at the end of the video, I will show you a link where you can send your questions and I'll give you more instructions there. Okay? All right, let's dig into this message. Dating younger men. Okay, when we say younger, how much younger are we talking about? Now, for me, I married. My second husband was 5 years younger than me. And I found that the marriage didn't work out because he really wasn't mature enough for me. I'll say that. He wasn't mature enough for me. And I learned a lot of lessons from that situation. Now, for you, I just want you to understand this. When you date someone that's at least, I'll say 10 years, between 5 and 10 years younger than you, it's quite possible that they have not gone through the same life experiences that you have, which means that in certain circumstances, they won't understand it yet. They just haven't lived long enough to go through the same experiences that you have gone through. So when they are presented with these challenges, many young men just don't know how to handle it. You understand? And ladies, you want a partner who can protect and provide for you. It's very rare that you'll find this in a man younger than you. Now, I realize that some of us ladies, we date younger men just because we want to have fun and have sex with them. Well, again, that's a slippery slope. That's a very slippery slope because at one point or time in the relationship, somebody is going to connect. And somebody is going to want more out of the relationship. When you're just playing around with people, that's why people get hurt. People get hurt. Now, younger men, they're out for sex. Many of them are out for sex. And, some of them are looking for wives. But if you are an older woman with this younger man, many times you're going to end up taking care of them. I know when I married my second husband, I ended up taking care of him in a lot of ways. It was just a lot of things that he didn't know that someone my age should know because of the life experiences that we go through. Women who will date a younger man, don't buy them gifts. don't Don't start out doing that. And I tell you that because I did it. Don't start out doing that. You see, what happens is when you date a younger man and you look around and he doesn't have this or he doesn't have that or he doesn't know quite how to put things together, then you'll find that you are doing it for him. You are showing him how to do these things. As a matter of fact, it's just like raising a son. It can turn into that, especially if the age gap is pretty large between the two of you. It'll be like you're raising a child. And you don't want that. You don't want that. You want a companion. And see, what's happening is older women are attracted to these younger guys the same way that older men are attracted to younger women. It's the youth. And youth is very attractive. You understand? But remember, ladies, if your gap is too large between your intended, you'll find yourself taking care of them. And who's there to take care of you? The younger man, many times, I'll say this, now, I hate to lump everybody in the same boat, but younger men that approach older women, usually they either want a notch on their bedpost because they can go back and tell their friends that they was with this older woman. Oh, the younger men love to do that. Tell their friends that they was with this older woman and all the things that they learned and all the things that they got. But many of them don't stay with the older woman. Once they have sucked everything that you have to give, now they'll go off and find women their own age or younger. Now, there are some men out here who prefer older women. And I'll tell you why they prefer you. Because of your knowledge and your resources. That's why they want you. You can teach them things at an accelerated rate that if they dated women their own age, it would just take them longer to learn. And the other thing, because you care for this young man and he's gorgeous and all that, now you want to spend your money on him and shower him with gifts and all of that. Young men love that. That's why they're with you, for you to do that for them. You understand? And a lot of these young men may not even have a car or any of that, or a place to live. There are young men out here who will hook up with older women. They want a place to live, they need a car, and they want help. That's what they want. They want help. You understand? Women, you can be a sitting duck if you go for this. Don't be so excited if a younger man pays you an attention and makes you feel beautiful. This is what they do. They know how to do it. Makes you feel wanted and more beautiful. You understand? And brings back that sexual desire in you. But in the long run, where is it going to leave you? In the long run, you spend a lot of time with a younger man, and then when he ups and decides that, he's done with you, and he moves on, where does that leave you? Sad and broken and depressed. Women, it's better if you meet a mate that is on your level. On your level. I always tell women, never date down. Date someone who has what you have or better. Because see, this will help you in your growth. Your growth, spiritually, mentally, and all of that. financially, and all of that. But if you date a younger man, many times he is just trying to find himself. He's just trying to build something. You see, not unless this younger man is possibly in his 60s and you already in your 80s. He's not trying to build anything. What he's trying to do is trying to find his retirement plan. You understand? He's trying to find his retirement plan. And even if he's in his 60s and you're in your 70s, it can be the same thing. If you meet a man that's in his 60s and he doesn't have anything, you definitely don't want to hook up with that man. For what? For what? But I see women who will remarry a man who has nothing. Bring him into their homes and take care of him, because in their mind it's better to have a man with nothing than to have no man at all. I don't know where that mentality came from, but it is a detrimental mentality, and you really shouldn't have that. Now, we had some letters that came in today about younger men and dating them. And you understand, should you date them? You know, my advice is say no. But we all do, and we are attracted to them because of their vitality and their appearances. And believe me, this is the same reason men will date younger women. But the man's job is to provide for the woman. So he has no problem providing for a younger woman. Most times younger men don't have the finances to date you, especially if the younger man is in his 20s or 30s. Many times he just doesn't have it. You understand? But he's coming to you for you to embrace him and take care of him and get him on his feet so that he can go on with his life. You see, a lot of men date women just for a step up. If you're a step up, younger men will date you because they're looking for that. They're looking for help, a lot of them, especially ones who will approach an older woman. That's why they're there. And I just want you to understand this, because a lot of women are getting used and abused by dating younger men. And I need for you to understand that. I got a letter from a lady who was disabled, and the men were mistreating her and using her. And these were younger men. Don't do that. Don't sacrifice yourself just to have a man around. This is what I'm telling you. Don't do it. It's not worth it. And the other thing, if you are celibate for a while, after a while you don't get that pressing urge to have sex. You don't feel like that's the end all and be all for you to have sex after you have been celibate for a while. And this way you can think more clearly about what it is that you really want out of life. Many times we get involved in these relationships because we feel like this will make us happier. We feel lonely, and we feel like, this will make us happier to have a companion, even if he is much younger than you are. Not realizing that this is not really good for your well-being. I don't believe it's good for your well-being. Okay? because there are a lot of drawbacks and downfalls to dating a man much younger than yourself. Okay, I hope that you understand that. Now, we did have some letters to come in today that kind of address this dating younger men. So let's dig into these letters and see what's going on. Okay, here's one. This is a lady who's asking about her daughter. My daughter, who is in her late 20s, has recently begun online dating. You know what? I always talk against online dating. It's full of predators online, and it's not a good thing to be there trying to date people. She said it is getting hard to meet suitable young men. Yes, it is. Especially online. Okay? She does not want to meet guys in nightclubs anymore. That's also a bad idea in the nightclub, because in a nightclub, those men are only out there trying to find women to have sex with. They're not trying to find wives in the nightclub. Only women to have sex with. Okay? After going on a few dates with one guy, she found out he lives at home with his mother. He is in his early 30s. I told her that was the reason he had money to show her a good time and drive a fancy sports car, because he wasn't paying a regular rent. Well, that's not necessarily true. I mean, just because he's living at home doesn't mean he's not paying bills. Okay? It's probably less expensive for him to live at home, because today rents are through the roof. And there's a lot of men out here who cannot afford these extravagant rents, when actually they could live at home, save their money, and one day afford to buy a home. You understand? It makes sense to me for men to stay at home if they can. You understand? Save your money until you can own something. Doesn't make sense to go out here and pay rent for somebody else to own something. And you can't ever own what you rent. That rent money doesn't mean anything. You understand? When you fill out applications for credit and all of that, it's better if you own something. This is what I want you to know. So don't throw people away just because they're still living at home. Okay? She says he checked off most of her boxes that she had on her list, but he's still living at home with his mother, made her ask him, did he have plans to get his own place? He said he has thought about it. I say that's all he is going to do, because it's very comfortable where he is. What is your opinion? My opinion is, many times, if these men who are still living at home with their mother, parents, whatever, if they decide to marry somebody, then they'll have enough money that you can buy a house together or something like that. Or he's saving his money to buy his own home. Many of these men are not just there sitting at home. You understand? It's that the economy is so crazy these days that people cannot afford to go into these apartments. I mean, apartments cost extravagant amounts of money these days. It doesn't make sense. It actually does not make sense. And you've to ask him if he needs a place of his own. Why? What does that mean to you? Whether he has a place of his own or not. Does that mean to you that he knows how to live on his own? Does that mean to you that he's going to be a great companion to you? If he's still living at home, to me that means that he gets along with his people, or he couldn't be there. You know what? I don't have a problem with men, especially this age, who's still living at home. And I'm going to tell you, it's a lot of men out here who have had their places, lost their rentals, or they didn't want to pay that rent anymore, and they went back home. You never know. You never know. Maybe this young man may inherit his home. You never know these situations. My advice is, if this fella checks off all the boxes on your list, do not throw him away just because he's living at home. Does he provide for you? Does he protect you? Does he let others know that he is with you? You understand? These things are important. And if you enjoy being with him and he treats you well, don't let the fact that he's still living at home be a deterrent to you. It's a sensible thing in most cases. It really is. I hope that you understand that advice, because I don't have a problem with people moving back home. It's a lot of older people that had to move back home because of the economy. It has nothing to do with whether, they are a reliable or responsible person. It has nothing to do with that. It's the economy. Rentals are too high. And the thing about it is, the rentals they go up every year. You move into a rental today, it could be one price. Next year, it's a higher price. And it's a higher price. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. This fellow that's living at home, I think it's a sensible thing. I really is. He can save his money. He can entertain you without a problem. You can enjoy him. And if it works out that you two decide to be together, he'll have money to go into another place. You understand? So don't let him living at home be a deterrent. If he's a good man to you and he treats you well, go with it. Go with it. Him living at home is not a bad thing. Okay? All right, here we go. Let's look at another letter. I am 45, while my boyfriend is 30. Okay. I did not intend for us to be in a relationship, since it was purely sexual at first. The more time we spent together, the more he became attached. Yeah, that happens. Well, fast forward 8 months, we do not live together. We each have our own place. However, we spend a lot of time together. I have to face the reality that we are in 2 different places in life. Yeah, because of the age gap. I care about him, but I can't say that I love him. I find myself ashamed of our relationship. He wants me to meet his family. I have been brushing it off. I am also ashamed when we go out in public together. Oh, well, maybe he looks his age, or maybe he looks younger, and that's why you feel ashamed to go out in public. His friend had a gathering, and he asked me to go. I brushed it off and said I had to work late that day. He knew I was lying, so he became angry. We broke up. However, a few days later, we were back together. He called, came over, and we ended up having sex. Well, this is all you wanted from the man anyway. Sex. So, why do you just make it clear to him in the beginning? This is just a sexual relationship. That's all I wanted. And you can tell him now, he's angry because he thinks that you are playing him now. You see, now that he is attracted to you and has bonded with you, and you have a soul tie with him. You see, and soul ties are not that easy to break. As long as you continue to have this sexual relationship with him, well then, that's why he's finding it hard to break up. You see? While we were lying in bed, he mentioned he wants to be married by 35 with kids. Okay, he's 30. He's talking about in 5 years, he wants to be married. I said, good luck with that. He said, so if I were to propose, you would not accept? I told him, no, you wouldn't. That I had already been married and that my kids are grown. I told him he needs to find someone his own age and start a life. I told him that I cannot do this anymore. He needs to be free and find someone to grow with. However, he refuses to go on with his life. I don't know what to do. I guess my question is, how should I go about breaking things off completely to where he gets the point? I feel trapped. I did not intend for things to get this serious. I am having major regrets. Okay, well, this is an easy fix. All you got to do is stop having sex with him. And stop seeing him. That's a very easy fix. Now, you may get some repercussions because he's young. You understand? I remember I dated a younger guy one time, and this was way back, way back. And he got furious when I told him I didn't want to see him anymore. And when I woke up the next morning, there my car window was broken out, and and what a mess it was. But younger men can react to this in different ways. Not saying that this man would come and try to hurt you in any way or destroy you in any way. But be gentle with him. Don't be harsh in the way that you speak to him. Be gentle in the way that you explain to him that you just wanted to have sex and enjoy him. And that was it. You're not interested in a serious relationship. And then let it go. Let it go like that. But do it in a gentle way. And this way, you won't get those harsh repercussions. Hopefully you won't. You understand? But if you just try to cut it off and just be blunt with him, it's over, whatever, there's really no telling how he's going to react to this. Okay? Having sex and having fun with people can be a slippery slope. And you need to be aware of that. When you're dating younger men, remember now, they don't have the life experience that you have. You see? And who knows? You may be the first woman that he's actually fallen for. And you don't want to break his heart in two by being too blunt with him. And then he grows up hurting other women because he was hurt from this situation. You follow me? Be gentle. Help him to understand that, you regret what you did, but you just wanted to have fun and have sex. You don't want a serious relationship. then you need to cut the sex off with him. Don't continue in a sexual relationship with him, because his feelings will only grow for you. You understand? And you don't want this young man to be broken because he was hurt from this relationship. Okay? It's a lot of men out here who are going around hurting other women because when they fell in love with somebody, they got hurt. So they go out and hurt other women because they never got over the hurt that they suffered at one time in their life. And this, I think you can avoid this man from really being hurt by the way that you break up with him. Okay? So I hope that you follow that, and I hope that it helps. Okay? All right. Let's go to one more letter. I am recently divorced from my second husband of 2 years. Now, this is about gossiping coworkers. Okay? I also work in a law enforcement agency with lots of men. While I want to date again, I haven't told anyone I'm divorced because I don't want to deal with any rumors people start when they see an attractive woman just talking to a man. So I continue wearing my wedding ring. Do you think I'm sending the wrong signal to the universe about wanting to meet someone new? Yeah, you could be. You could be. Because when I left my last relationship, I had a lot of jewelry that he had given me. And jewelry that I really liked, especially the rings and things like that. And I wore them. I continued to wear them because although the relationship was over, because I liked the jewelry. But I figured out that this was a link to him. It was still a spiritual link to him by wearing jewelry that he gave me. So I took it off and I put it away, and suddenly I felt released from it. And yes, if you want someone new, take it off. Take the wedding ring off. And I wouldn't go around and explain anything. If somebody come and ask you about it, which they may not, they may just whisper about it. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. You understand? When I was working, I remember that after a long time, I remarried. Nobody in the office or anything, but, people talked and they had a field day on me. A field day. I married a younger man. My second marriage was a younger man. And it was a lot of talk around the office. But I didn't even pay any attention to it. And plus, I got pregnant at a very later age with this younger man while I was still working. So the gossip in the office went crazy. It went completely crazy because I already had 3 grown kids, and here I am pregnant with another from a different man. That I married, but from a different man. So I know how gossip in the workplace can happen. But believe me, gossipers are going to gossip even if they don't have the truth. They're going to gossip anyway because that's what they do. So you can't live your life worrying about what people are going to say. You want to live your life for your better good. Understand? So yeah, take that ring off and forget about that. You don't still want to be tied to that second husband. So yeah, you need to put that jewelry away. Now let's see what you say here. Should I remove my ring? Yes, we already said that. And just let the chips fall where they may? Or do I think the universe will still send the right man my way with my current actions? Well, it could be a block for you to still be wearing your wedding ring, because spiritually it's still connected to your husband. That's why I say take it off. Take it off and live your life. Note, there are people in my office who are just waiting to find anything negative about me or create things. They look for anything to talk about me. They also said I would never get married because I'm over 50. But I did remarry, but now divorced. Another thing they would talk about if it is revealed. I am a spiritual person who believes anything is possible, but I still need guidance. Yes, spiritual people always need guidance. You understand? I'm always meditating to make sure that I'm on the right path. You understand? Because I'm listening for answers from the divine to make sure that I am on the right path to a happy and prosperous life. You understand? So yeah, that's where I get my guidance. And for you, don't worry about gossip. People are going to always gossip, no matter what. Just let it just go right past you. Just let it go right over your head and don't even pay any attention to it. Take that ring off and live your life. Live your life. Just because you had 2 failed marriages does not mean that the perfect mate may appear. May appear. And you don't want to be wearing your wedding ring if he appears, because he's going to be thrown off. He may just see your wedding ring and walk away. You understand? Take it off. Take it off. And go inside yourself. Decide what type of person you really want in your life. Decide that first. Even if you have to sit down and write it down. This is the kind of person I want. I want him to be this. I want him to be that. And kind and honest and truthful. And all of those things that you want. And then believe that it will come to you. Trust in the divine. That what you want in life will come to you. You see? And I hope that my advice helps you on that. Because yes, I had to rid myself of all of the jewelry and things that he had given me to completely cut that tie and to start over again. So you do the same. I wish you the best, and I hope that this helps. Now, for those of you who have questions that you would like for me to answer, here it is. Send your questions to MissFaye'sWorld@hotmail.com. MissFaye'sWorld@hotmail.com. And I will either answer your questions on the air or I will answer them through the email. Now, for those of you who would prefer that I answer your questions through the email, just state it at the top of the letter. And this way, it just kind of helps things to move along quicker. And keep your pages to 1 page if you can. Just summarize your situation and ask the question. And I will comply. So I hope that the message today about younger men can help someone with this. Because just remember, a lot of younger men want to date an older woman in their life because they've been told stories about, older women. They know how to have sex. They can teach you all these different things. Older women can take care of you. You understand? Younger men already heard these stories. So yeah, they want to date an older woman, but not necessarily be in a serious relationship with an older woman. And you need to be aware of that going into a situation. And to be fair, if you just want a sexual relationship, it's better to say it, to state your intentions at the beginning of the relationship, whatever they are. And all of this should be stated in the dating stage. You see? Remember, ladies, dating is not about having sex. Dating is get to know a person. You would date a person if you are wanting a serious relationship. Okay? But older women, don't go out here taking advantage of these younger men. Don't do that, because it's bound to backfire on you. Okay? So, again, thank you so much for supporting this channel. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your donations, and thank you for your letters. I appreciate you so much, and I wish you all happiness and goodwill, and I hope to see you next time.